Hello, I'm Serge from SkyComp, and today we're going to talk about configuring shortcut keys on your phone on your 3CX system. You've already gotten your welcome email, you've been able to log into the web portal of your phone, you'll be able to see settings and everything there, but now you want to start configuring the blank buttons on your phone. There is an old manual way to do this, which I'm not going to go over, but you can log into the interface of the phone and add those buttons and configure them. I don't recommend that way. It's harder to do for one, and then two, if your phone ever gets factory reset or you get a new phone, you'll have to manually reconfigure all those again. A much better way is to do it through the 3CX web interface. When you configure it there, those settings will persist across you getting a new phone. They'll also persist if your phone gets a factory default and has to be reprovisioned or reconfigured. So this is by far the much better way to do it. Once you're logged into your 3CX web interface, you're going to click down on Settings and then BLF. So BLF is a short form in the phone world. It stands for Busy Lamp Field. And what a busy lamp field is you use that when you're adding extensions for other users in your organization. And that busy lamp field feature will tell you the light will change when they're on the phone or when they're on Do Not Disturb, or when they're available it will show up green. So it'll either show up red or green. So that's a pretty handy feature, but it only works for extensions inside of your organization as long as permissions are set up in 3CX. So if you have any problems with busy lamp field working, talk to your 3CX administrator. They might have some settings and some security to configure. But with that said, we are going to quickly add one here. So I'm going to start with a BLF. So I will pick that, and I am going to pick extension 300. So I'm going to pick good old Biggs here. And then I am also going to do a custom speed dial. And let's put in our number, which is 905. Now you have another option here, which is speed dial, and that lets you pick your extensions as well. So speed dial is very similar to BLF. The only difference there is that speed dial won't show you the status of the extensions. So again, I recommend always using BLF in that situation. You have some other options here. So shared parking or an agent login and log out if you have call queues. So there's a few different things, or status change. So we can create one that will say do not disturb. And then when I hit that button, it's actually doing the action to put my extension in do not disturb. So those are the settings, but most times you're going to be using BLF or custom speed dial. And we can see as I've been doing this, there's no save button on the screen. It's just as soon as you configure it, it will start the provisioning. You're able to move these around, so you can drag and drop them. So if you've reordered them, you can just drag and drop and reorder them on the screen. And the way that maps out, if we go over here to our phone, we already see those three buttons that I configured are already showing up on the phone. And so they'll show up because different phones have different amounts of speed dials and where the button positions are. So you might need to play around in the interface because your 3CX interface is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can add more buttons if you want. And that will start from the first button on your phone going down. So you might find on your phone you want them in a different spot. You'll just have to kind of reconfigure the order. So we can see now the first one, Biggs is set up. We see my little light is green. And if I pick up the phone, and I'm going to dial, I'm going to get on a call. We can see now when that extension is on a call, the light on my phone goes red. So I can immediately see, oh, Biggs is not available right now. He's on the phone, so I can't call them. So that's a great feature and handy, which is why and you can see as soon as I hung up the phone, that light goes back to green. The other one here, I configured a do not disturb. So if I hit that button,
do not disturb, status set.
It will call the extension and set my do not disturb, and we can see on the screen, I now have a do not disturb icon on my phone that's saying now when somebody calls me, they'll immediately go to my voicemail. It won't disturb me. And their busy lamp field, if they have me configured, will turn red. So just as an example, I'm going to add some more statuses here and set that to available. Now, most phones, you'll have a do not disturb button already set. So on most phones, you will not need to set a busy lamp field to a status change unless you use some of the non-standard statuses like lunch or extended vacation, or there's a few other statuses that you can set. The do not disturb button will toggle back and forth between it. So for illustration, I've added a couple extra statuses. I added the status of lunch, and then I added the status of available. Because when you hit these buttons, it's not a toggle, it sets that status. So this button will only ever set do not disturb. This button will only ever set that I'm on lunch.
Profile 1, status set.
So it sets that status, and now my phone is in that status permanently. So then I added another status here up here, available, and I can set that.
Available status set.
And it will set me back to available. But again, like I said, you won't have to use this. I just wanted to illustrate what you can do with the busy lamp fields and the type of statuses. But most times on your phone, you'll just use the do not disturb. It'll show up a do not disturb icon. And when you hit this one again, it puts you back to available. Hopefully you found this useful, and you can now start setting up your busy lamp fields on your phone and making yourself a little bit more efficient with your 3CX system.